looking deep down the left side. Mendeville into the end zone. Touchdown!
Down the sideline, still Foley to the house.
And the players streaming from the sideline to celebrate with 17 seconds left.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to BVarsity Live for Thursday, May the 18th. I'm Zach Ewing, along with Trevor Horn, here in the TVC Media Studios downtown. And this is our fourth to last show, I think. Trevor walked away from his mic, so I can't. Okay. He wanted the mic moved. Are we good now, Mr. OCD? Are we good?
Something like that, yeah. What's up?
All right, we're good.
Hi,
hey,
good morning. How are you? Is it morning or afternoon?
it's morning for us. This is usually around the time we start work. So, in fact, it is the time we start work.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm full of energy. We've got some
You're a Sprite.
Central Section softball quarterfinal action today. Baseball quarterfinal action tomorrow. We had the Peak Awards last night, the Mayor's Trophy. I'm excited. We have a good show today. The Mayor's Trophy recipient, Ryan Crowley, is in
the house.
He's in the house. He's going to be in the
chilling.
next segment, actually. I just saw him walk by. He's ready to go. We'll have him on here in about 15 minutes, and we're excited to talk to him. He's got a busy schedule, of course, and we'll get into all of that, but a tremendous honor for Ryan. He's a BHS senior, and we'll have him in. And then also on the show today, Brandon Park and Coach Dave Hillstead of Stockdale Tennis as we prepare for the section individual tennis championships this weekend. Well, individual, singles and doubles, as opposed to team. And Brandon Park is the number 2 seed in the section singles draw behind Daley Minard of Clovis North, who was the champion as a sophomore 2 years ago.
Correct.
We've also got section track and field finals this
we
weekend. As I mentioned, baseball, softball are in the quarters right now. They'll move into the semis early part of next week, and then the championships the end of next week on Friday and Saturday, the 26th and 27th. And state swimming starts tomorrow as well.
4 locals. Moving on. Julio Alcantar, who was the section champ in the 100 back on the boys' side, is, I would say, the leader of the bunch. Ariana Skeggs, a junior from Frontier, she is in 2 events, in the 100 free, and she's also in the 500 free. And along with her teammate, Cassidy Lamine, who is a 2-time BVarsity Swimmer of the Year, she's also in the 100 free. And then we also have Colin Rabinal, who is in the 100 boys 100 free. He's also a junior from Frontier. So 3 Frontier swimmers and 1 from Liberty, all starting tomorrow. The preliminary start at 2:30 in the afternoon up at Clovis West. And then the top 16 from those heats tomorrow move on to the A or B finals on Saturday, which also starts at 2:30 at Clovis West.
I thought you said it was in the morning. No, it's an afternoon.
Diving is in the morning.
It's gonna be hot on Saturday.
It is. It's gonna be very warm.
And
then you have that, and then 5 miles away you've got section track starting at 4 o'clock over at Buchanan. So it's a big day for locals in Clovis.
How long would it take you to swim 500 yards?
How long until I drowned?
I was going to say that.
Or find one of the edges and just hold on.
I was going to say, I think on a short course pool, which is 25 meters, I could go 1 lap at a time and just take like a 5-minute break in between.
Fine.
And I would be done in an hour. I mean, I think I could probably do it.
I'm a big fella. We all know that. But I've been swimming since I was 2. And so I'm a decent swimmer. I'm just not fast.
Right.
And
I've
never been able to plug my nose, and I've never been one of those that I could stay on the ground and then take a breath. I'm always head up swimmer, so I don't swim conventionally, but I think I could finish it. I think there would just be a lot of hanging on after each lap, taking a breath, going again.
That's where I would be.
Yeah, I would finish it. It would probably take me 20 minutes.
These top high school kids
do it in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Some of the
incredible.
boys sometimes less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is pretty incredible. 20 minutes I think would probably beat me because I'd need like a 2-minute break after every single lap, and there's 20 laps.
Yeah.
So that's 40 minutes right there. Okay, so that's tomorrow. That leaves golf. The section golf championships were on Monday up in Porterville or outside Porterville.
Such a beautiful course.
Yeah, it really
up the
is. It's a
river.
nice course.
Well, and the thing is the river, creek, whatever it is that's rolling through, it's always been a creek to me from the past that I've seen. Was a full river.
Yeah, this year creeks are rivers.
Yeah, so we've got video of it. It was 34 locals competing completely. We had Centennial, Liberty, Stockdale Frontier, and Bakersfield Christian all competing. No, I'm sorry, not Centennial, but Liberty, Stockdale, Frontier competing in Division I as teams, BCHS as a team in D2, and then we had the locals. Well, the top guy, really,
the only guy who
the
really
only guy that's going to
performed,
move on to SoCal, which was a very good day for Garrison Chavez, the senior out of Liberty, shot an even par 72. What you just saw right there was him actually sinking an eagle, and I love the nature shots.
What was that we were?
That was a
looking at
turtle.
Exactly. Oh,
There was this little pond right in
couldn't
between
really make it
6 and
out.
7. Was right in, and then you see the bullfrog right there in the middle. That dude was loud. But anyway, Chavez here on 7 had just finished off an eagle to go 2 under. He came on the back 9. They started on 1 the first group, and when he got on the back 9, he actually had 3 bogeys at I think 10, 15, and 14 and 15. But then he came back with a birdie par to finish off the day. Even par, and and I don't know how far back we have to go in the annals to see the last time we only had one local move on to SoCal.
Time.
It was it was one of those days where you go, wow. It was you saw Deer Patel, junior out of Stockdale, and then Dakota Ochoa, the sophomore from Liberty. Patel had shot a 76, Ochoa shot a 77, and they're both sitting there looking at the big board as they're putting up a 71 here, a 71 there, a 72, a 74, and neither of them. They're just trying to calculate, okay, who's going on as a team, because, it is the top 2 teams move on and then the top 12 individuals outside of those teams. And so they're trying to do the math. Okay, who's left still to come in? Who have they not calculated? And they, it was Patel got squeezed out at like 14th, I think.
And it's tough because 12 in the whole section is not very many, and it's just one of those deals in golf where you get one shot at this. It's not like a professional tournament where you play 4 rounds, and if you have a bad round, you can make up for it. If you have a bad round, if you just have a bad couple of holes, that might be that for your season once it gets to this stage. So that's what happened to some of those guys. But Garrison Chavez of Liberty is moving on to the SoCal Golf, which is next Thursday?
The 25th, whatever the 25th is.
I believe that is Thursday.
Yeah, it's at Brookside down in Pasadena, right next to the Rose Bowl, which is
so that's a week
course.
from today. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he'll have a chance to move on to the state finals the following week.
And it's been a while since we've had a guy move on to
Pete
state.
Fernandez of Stockdale, I believe, the last one, and that was 9 years ago that we had Pete Fernandez in the state championships, and he finished second, actually. So, but that's what's going on in golf. And then you wanted to go through some track. Obviously, it's going to be a big weekend on the track for locals, the section championships, several championship hopefuls among the Kern County contingent. I think the story probably starts section record holder in the 100 hurdles on the girls' side, Fallon Wilson, but there are others.
Well, I'll start off with what I think. Number 5 is Will Aisha Hand, the senior out of Stockdale, finally clear 5'11". She's been trying it for 2 weeks. She's tied for the state lead at 5'10". She's been going for 5'11", and she's just barely clipping it. So you got to figure the Cal State Fullerton signee who just signed this week. Congratulations, Aisha. It'll be really interesting to see if she can get that county record of 5'11" this week. It's going to be nice and warm, and I believe she's only competing in the 400 relay and the long jump other than the high jump, so maybe she could concentrate a little bit more and be a little bit more fresh in this without having to do the 100 hurdles. And so it'll be really interesting to see what she can do there if she can actually clear that. Number 4, you look at Marcus Moda and Moises Medrano. Moda pulled out of the 16, is only going to compete in the 3,200. His qualifying time is low, but we all know how good Moda is. And if he's only concentrating on the 3,200, how good can he? How low can he get? Can he get sub 9? He's gone 9.11 on big meets. Where will he factor in?
Sub 9 makes you a state title contender.
Yes, very much so.
Run that.
And then Moises Medrano, who has not ran his best 800 of late because he's been running the mile. He's been running the mile relay for Highland. What will he do now that he's pulled out of the 1,600 and will be concentrating only on the 800? There has been a lot of history in that event on the boys' side, and recently with Curtis Threkel, with Isaac Trevino, who won state a couple of years ago with Centennial. There's been a lot of great guys. When you look at Centennial's head coach, Vondre Armour was probably the best 800 runner in high school in Kern County history. He's watching that event, so it'll be really interesting to see what Moises Medrano and Marcus Moda do.
Forget Kern County history. Vondre's Central Section record holder.
Yeah,
he is up there.
How many double ups will we have on Saturday. When you look at Cameron Roberson, he is a favorite in the 100 and the 200 on the boys' side, the senior out of Garces. Can he double up? Alicia Viveros, the senior out of Liberty, who's headed to Mississippi State, can she double up on the girls' discus and shot put? Ethan Turner, can he double up as either a title winner or a state qualifier in the 110 hurdles and 300 hurdles? The senior from Foothill, Michaela Romanini, can she double up in the 400 and the 800? The BHS senior headed to Cal Poly. We'll see. Next one, obviously, where can Kern County go 1, 2, 3 in the girls 100? That's interesting because there's the first talk that we have of Aaliyah Wilson. She's run, I think, 1186 win
I said
legal.
Fallon, that's her sister. Aaliyah, yeah.
Aaliyah Wilson. What can she do? She also has East sophomore Nashara Smith and BHS senior Zara Anthony in there. Can they go 1, 2, 3 and have Kern County be in the top 3 moving on to state in the girls 100? That'd be really fun to see. And then obviously, what will Wilson do in the 100 hurdles? Will she be pushed this week? We don't know. Do we have to wait for June 2nd and 3rd to see exactly how much she has in the tank when she's pushed by the other greats in the state? Because she is ranked 4th in the state in that event, 6th in the state in the girls 100. That's incredible. So it'll be a lot of fun to see.
I tried to segue you into your storylines. You had 5 storylines for the section track. I said the wrong name. I said Fallon Wilson. I meant Aaliyah Wilson. And that was your first storyline, but you chose to go in backward order.
I went 5 to 1.
What's the deal, man?
Because you 5 to 1. You always do a top. When you ever do a top countdown, you start 5 and you go to the big one.
I'm saying storylines. Give me number 1 first. If this is what's to watch.
I'm doing a top
So what do we
5.
have? We have Aaliyah Wilson. We have double ups.
Yep.
We have
girls 100.
the girls 100 possible Kern County sweep.
Yep.
We have the distance runners who cut down to 1 race and a chance to see how much that improves their times. And then we also have, I'm forgetting your first
Aisha
one now.
Ham.
Aisha Ham in the girls high jump, right, from Stockdale. So that's
you know what? I missed
Trevor's
one.
5
I'm sorry, I
storylines.
missed one double up. We got one that we haven't seen yet. Asia Mallory from Desert. She is the top qualifier in the girls' horizontal jump. So it'll be interesting to see what we can see out of her on
Long
Saturday.
jump, triple jump, yeah. So sometimes you don't think about it anymore. The High Desert League now in the Central Section. If Desert, sometimes they get great athletes. Their parents are at Edwards Air Force Base. The kids move in, great athletes. Or Rosamond's got great athletes. Kern Valley.
Cal City. Cal City had that basketball team this year.
That's right. And all of a sudden you think, oh, yeah, that is a possible Valley champion out there, even though they're outside the Valley
An hour
geographically,
away.
but they are in Kern County and they are in the
Correct.
Central Section. So, hey, speaking of the Valley, one of the best student athletes in the Central Valley and certainly in Kern County, the Mayor's Trophy Award winner from last night. That's Ryan Crowley. He is in the house, the BHS senior, honored for his academics, athletics, community service, and leadership. Those are the 4 prongs of the Mayor's Trophy, and just a terrific young man, and we're glad to have him in the studio. We're going to speak with him next here on BVarsity Live. We'll be back right after this with Ryan Crowley.